Hi folks, welcome to the channel, welcome to Enniskillen, and welcome to summer Northern Ireland style, this is the best day we've had in a month and a half, and it's only quite nice. Right, so today I'm visiting Marble Arch Caves, which is in Fermanagh, just on the Northern Ireland side of the Fermanagh-Cavan border, and located just down the road from the historic castle town of Enniskillen, which is situated on the banks of the very famous Lough Erne. In fact, right at the point where North and South Erne meet. I'll show you a map. Now, these aren't just any old caves, old meaning old. The Marble Arch Caves are some of the most spectacular cave systems in the whole of Europe. We're going to see stalactites, stalagmites, do you know what they are? And vast underground rivers. So I'm really looking forward to that. And the caves are located in the Marble Arch geo-designated area of outstanding beauty. So this whole area is fantastic. I'll show you around before the end of the video. But I'm going to start off with the cave walk. I love Fermanagh. It's my second favourite county in Northern Ireland, my first being County Antrim coast. Not necessarily the whole of the County Antrim, but the County Antrim coast. But Fermanagh is just beautiful, fantastic, great place to come on holiday. So much to see, so much to do. In this area alone, you have the lakes, the Great Lakes, you've Enniskillen town, you have here Marble Arch Caves. Just round the corner you have the Stairway to Heaven walk, and a lovely forest. So I'm definitely going to come down and do a video covering this whole area at some point, hopefully before the end of the summer. But the weather's just been so bad. I mean, I haven't been able to film in 2 or 3 weeks. It's just so dull, so desperate. Could have done this, of course, it's a cave. I'll tell you a few facts about the cave we're in, but the one is brought hoodie. Well, I forgot my hoodie. Luckily Alan had another one in the car. But it's supposed to be quite cold, 10 degrees, but around about 10 degrees all year round, so it's open right through the winter. And it floods, it can close it quite a lot. If you've had a lot of rain in the previous few days, better not to come down because you won't get through most of the cave. Apparently, we will see, but it's been nice and dry now for 3 or 4 days. We're just into September. Hot weather's just been atrocious, the worst I can ever remember. The weather's definitely broken in the world, but it's nice to see a wee bit of sunshine, although still a little bit nippy.
A few moments later.
Now, what the flip is this?
More moments later.
When in Rome. I assume this is what you're meant to do in here. So this is the visitor centre and museum, and starting point obviously for the tours. And how do we walk around reading a lot of these boards? They're just obviously telling you the history of the caves, and with a cafe and a shop where you can buy bits and pieces, all the usual. There's also a viewing platform, but I don't know where it is, where you can apparently see the actual Marble Arch, which is a 100-foot high arch. I'll have to go and look for that later. So you know me, I always do these things on my own, but today Alan's with me, my good friend Alan, and I have to apologise for not having my car today. We had to come in that. Which is his car. We're a wee bit early, so we're going to have a cup of coffee and then head on into the cave, so I'm going to leave you alone for now. I'll show you around the area. I'm actually going to show you one specific area, and it's the 4-kilometre trail which heads to the amazing Stairways to Heaven walking platform, which climbs to a wonderful viewing point on, I can't pronounce it, Colchich mountain. Now I do intend to do this walk and climb and video it at some point, but at another time. So sent the drone all the way, hopefully, to the start of the climb, or to the start of the platform climb. And this is actually the furthest I've ever sent the drone. So it'll be a round trip of approximately 8 kilometers. So I'm not 100% sure I'm going to make it all the way there. When the drone battery gets 50% full, it automatically returns to home. So let's see. Isn't this wonderful? It's strange, for some reason I always feel at home when I'm out in the wilderness, which isn't something I've done all my life. It's only been the past few years. Maybe I've been an eagle or something in a past life, or maybe a squirrel. There it is, we made it. And would you believe, I'm just starting to get the warning that the drone's going to return to home. Lucky Stephen, as usual. It's a wee bit spooky. He has a very, very realistic face. We must be getting very close to the guide coming out.
Just then.
Sort of in the wilderness again. Love it. We're getting into the thick of it now. I wonder will it live up to expectations. So let's see, onward and upward. As usual, I'm the odd guy in the background talking to his camera, so I'll be falling behind the group a bit at times, so I'm not driving them nuts. Right guys, so just a wee description of what the caves are and how they came to be. They're a series of natural limestone caves. Limestone isn't very strong, so it can be eroded quite easily with water over long periods of time. The caves are named after obviously after the nearby Marble Arch, which is a limestone arch at the upstream end of Claddagh Glen, where we're located, under which the Claddagh River flows. So this is the Claddagh River that has created all of this. It's one of the most active river cave systems in Ireland and the UK. The cave system's 7.1 miles, 11 kilometres long, with 1.5 kilometres of that developed into the show cave that we're going to see, that we're going into. The caves were formed, or started to be formed, 340 million years ago, where the water from the river started to gradually erode the limestone. And think about it, these lay undiscovered for that whole 340 million years. And if they hadn't been found, this would still be here and no one would ever have seen it or known about it. But a guy called Edward Martell, a local, decided to start exploring the caves in 1895. Can you imagine? No torches, no walkways, pitch blackness. Apparently they used candles, but a place like this is more than dark, you know. If the lights were off in here, it's pitch black. You wouldn't see your hand an inch in front of your head. Don't know if I'm going to come out and view there, but temperature wise, it's not cold. I'm pretty good with the cold, of course, but definitely I don't need to put long sleeves on. Now we're getting really down into the depths.
So folks, where you are standing now, this is what we call a phreatic tube. Now phreatic means free there, so at one point in time, this entire tunnel would have been filled with water right up to the top. We can tell for two reasons. Number one, this circular shape, and the second reason is all of these small marks on the side of the
cave, but my God, this is amazing. These really are caves. I missed a wee bit there recording a bit that the girl said that this area that we're standing in now, last week, water would have been above our head. So you can't come here all the time. It floods, but right above our head, and you can actually see where the water line would be, and it's really, really high. And in Northern Ireland, I can't believe I've never been here, but in Northern Ireland, Marble Arch Caves are one of the biggest tourist attractions. And if you've seen in my last few videos, Northern Ireland is overrunning with fantastic day trips and things to do and things to see. This is just one of them. And you can get a bus from Belfast to here, and it only takes an hour and a half or so.
And so clear in this part of the cave, it perfectly reflects all of the stalactites above on the roof. Now if you have a look out at the water right in front of you, it's really not that deep at all. So if you decided to go for a swim, you'd have to jump back out yourself.
The caves are also home to a variety of wildlife, would you believe? Bats, beetles, and obviously spiders. Maybe we'll see some bats today. I could do without seeing the spiders. It really is an amazing optical illusion. We're all a wee bit spellbound by it. Fantastic. It's also amazing how still the water is. I don't know how well it's going to come out on camera, but I keep filming thing. I'm not going to show all this video, but really it's impressive. It's so amazing, so otherworldly. What a nice way to spend a Tuesday afternoon.
He's sleeping today, he's sleeping.
Did you see that? No, I didn't. That was weird.
Don't know how he got there, folks, don't know.
Well.
Now, a column forms as a stalactite and a stalagmite grow to meet in the middle. We've nicknamed this one the married couple. Right beside it, we have the engaged couple, soon to be married within the next 8,000 years or so. So it's a pretty long engagement.
Is that the biggest one?
Yeah. So folks, what you're looking at out there is the largest stalactite in the cave system. Now it's about 2.5 meters long. That makes it 250,000 years old. It was nicknamed Martel after the first man who came in to explore the caves, although he didn't actually make it to this point. But with every long story, there is a sad part. Do you see the grey rings around the bottom of Martel? So about a year before this show cave opened, some vandals broke in. Now they started throwing rocks up from the path and successfully knocked off that bottom 30 centimetres. It was then recovered off the path the next day and sent to the Ulster Museum in Belfast, where they created a calcite resin. So that's like a glue, and they stuck the bottom of Martel back on. Now we won't know if this has worked or not for about another 60 years, but Martel will hopefully have grown 1 whole millimetre. So if you want to come back in 60 years, bring your ruler and your ladder and just ask for Cara, because that'll probably still work here too.
So we just come out of the cave. It's roasting. It's like a summer's day. It's amazing. So there you go, folks. I hope you enjoyed that wee tour of Marble Arch Caves. I thoroughly did. And isn't it amazing how many first class natural attractions there are in Northern Ireland? If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, please thumbs up. If you want to see more, hit the wee bell. Love to hear your comments. But until next time, from me and my chauffeur, bye for now.